Now, Newcastle United began the day 2 points off the lead. Bolton were 2 places off the bottom, having led the Premiership at the end of September. Their match at St James's Park was watched by Peter Brackley.
Eddie Days on Tyneside, and plenty here happy to oppose the manager's view that Newcastle can't win the title. The players' belief is growing too, on the back of 8 league wins in the last 11, with Craig Bellamy's searing pace a major factor in Wednesday's turnaround at Tottenham. No Rob Lee or, of course, Kieran Dyer through injury, but Gary Speed has recovered from a broken toe. Broken hearts, more like, for Bolton after their midweek trouncing by Manchester United. As usual, much full rest on Michael Ricketts. With an extensive injury list, it's a real back-to-the-wall job. At least Ricketts has on-loan German Freddie Bobic to take weight off his shoulders. Thankfully, the high winds have eased on a dry afternoon as Bolton kick off, with Newcastle hoping the rest of their newly laid pitch will help provide a better playing surface. The old one was pretty dreadful. Even ground force gave it up. Here's Solano now on the break. For a Newcastle team hoping for a double over Bolton. And a great chance early on for Bellamy. Such acceleration there. He is in really vibrant form at the moment. Solano picked him out. And Bolton defensively in disarray here. And Juskalainen almost brought him down. He says they can't win it. Don't you believe it? Deep down, he knows they have a chance. Here's Solano. Speed to McClenn. Or rather to a Robert. Might have a go from here. And a decent effort too. Scored a magnificent goal early on in the season against Manchester United at St James's, you might remember. No one really closed him down here. And it was not that far over the crossbar. Distan. Worked on by Bobic. To Nolan, it's Bobic again, and Ricketts! Goodness me, that was close. A really good chance fashioned for him there. Some slick interplay. Bobic, such a dangerous ball across the face of goal. Solano switching to the left flank for the moment. Robert over on the right. It was Aaron Hughes. Had a midfield role in midweek and a marking job too. Oh, they were sloppy then. Here's Gartner going all the way through, and it's there. Ricardo Gartner. It's his first goal of the season, and it could be a priceless one for Bolton Wanderers. 18 minutes gone. And Newcastle were caught dithering at the back. Gartner has pounced. And he has finished in the most emphatic fashion. It was McClenn there who got caught in possession. Off went Gartner, kept his composure. And that is a very, very sweet finish from the Jamaican international. Well, he's come here with only 17 fit players, Sam Allardyce. Those that are out there are doing him proud at the moment. Pushed that by Bergson on Shearer. A lot more depend now, you feel, on the durability of Whitlow and Bergson at the back in the heart of Bolton's defence. Robert with the kick. Juskalainen with a clean catch. Well, Shearer was in the way then of the Finnish international, or was he? Ellery has given the free kick to Newcastle. Taking too much time with his clearance, presumably. It's a very worrying situation for Bolton, and a promising one for Newcastle. A chance surely for Alan Shearer to have a blast at goal. Touched off by Solano, here is Shearer! It's 1-1, and it's that man Shearer again to keep his excellent run going. Goal number 16 for him this season. And yet again to underline, as Jääskeläinen continues his protests, that England's loss is very much Newcastle's gain. Giving up international football to prolong his club career, and it's all going to plan. Well, he will not be a happy man, Sam Allardyce. Such a daft goal to give away, really. Farrell's corner kick. Southall to Farrell again. Ricketts in the middle. It doesn't reach him, though. Not by O'Brien, not too far. That was Whitlow. They might have something on here. Oh, the ricochet to Ricketts. Just couldn't force it in. Southall can. It's a stunning strike by Nicky Southall. What a goal. It seemed the danger had gone when Ricketts didn't take his chance. But we reckon without Nicky Southall. That is a brilliant goal. Gardner hasn't got too much support, although Charlton is racing away down the left side if he can find him now. Gardner to Simon Charlton. Oh, terrific save. One-handed then by Shay Given, or it would have been 3 for Bolton. So many upfield for Newcastle, and they were bailed out by the expertise of Shay Given. That is a fabulous stop. McLean. On to Solano. Aaron Hughes now steaming forward. Did really well then to put it back to. Attacked it in from Alan Shearer. You can't keep it down. 2-2, and it's a double for Alan Shearer. On behalf of all England fans everywhere, London, you might have a rethink, you know. He is in tip-top form. Davies Ass was on his way back, confronted by Nolan, and here's Ricketts. And he's got Gardner free to his left. Bobic has checked into the middle, Gardner going for goal! And with some power too. His confidence is back now. Gardner, some perky moments from him today, relishing his first goal of the season. Hughes to speed. Robert down the left here. Bellamy. Moved on by Distan. Solano. And Hughes. He's pulled it back. Oh, for Robert. Blinding save there by Jääskeläinen to keep his team on level terms. Davies S. Jamie McLean. Distant to Robert. Bellamy can't get his head to it, but here's Solano. You've seen the run there of Hughes. It has to be surely. It's in from Bellamy, and it's 3-2 Newcastle. A goal they've been threatening for some time. He sneaked in round the back then. Solano with a glorious pass to Hughes. How often he's made runs down that right side, Hughes. And Bellamy, in Shearer fashion, really attacked it. He does enjoy his football, honestly, he does. Barnes just can't force his way through. Only 2 defenders back. Attackers streaming forward. Robert has got Bellamy up with him, and Solano and Acuna. Offside, offside, that won't count from Bellamy. Frustration for him, but the flag was clearly raised down below me. Davies has to nod it down. Acuna couldn't get his boot to it. Here's Solano. Now Farrelly. Can they yet save the day here? Southall lining up a shot, but not on target, and it's all over. And Bobby Robson can protest all he likes, but the evidence is overwhelming. His Newcastle team are in contention. Bellamy with a winning goal. Contention for the Barclaycard Premiership title today at the expense of a Bolton team who gave it their all. Shearer, true for him this afternoon. Bolton's problems might be mounting at the other end, but they really gave Newcastle a fight at St James's Park before finally going down by 3-2.
2 goals for you again today. I mean, how much does that emphasise your reasons for packing up playing for England?
Well, it does. I mean, it's for the first time in a long time, I feel fit and I feel sharp. But I don't think I would do that. I'd be able to play like that if I was away with England.
What was your take on the first Newcastle goal and the free kick against Newcastle?
Well, the one thing is I have not seen in all the Premiership games a decision like this given. Let's make that clear first, and let's make it clear this way. Would it have happened the other way? Would it have happened to Shea Given if he'd have held onto the ball and we'd have had bodies running in front of him, even though he'd held the ball for 9 seconds? I don't think so.
I think the suggestion is that Alan Shearer impeded him. I think that's nonsense, because I think if I've got a ball and you're standing in front of me, all I've got to do is go left or right with a bit of pace and kick it downfield. He had that option. He didn't take that option, so he got caught.
The laws of the game allow a goalkeeper 6 seconds to release the ball into play, and I'd counted and got to 9 and the ball still hadn't been released into play, so I penalised him according to the laws of the game.
Well, that's Mr. Ellery's version. We better have yours, Andy. How did you see that incident?
He's the greatest nitpicking referee in the business, David Ellery. He fails to spot dangerous tackles and big incidents, but he'll always pull up ones like that. And that's very
Did you have a
typical of him.
special relationship with him when you played?
No, not particularly. He sent me off twice, but I mean, that's by the by. For me, that decision was a real choker for Bolton, because they were very much in the game.
No, I agree.
When they 1-0 up in the match, and it was a key issue, and I think it was a very poor decision. I think you'll see the ball whipped in, the goalkeeper parries it down. Now he's got in his hand, look, we'll count, there's the clock's ticking. But you can see he is trying to get rid of it. He's not deliberately trying to gain any advantage by hanging on to this for an extra 2 or 3 seconds, in Mr. Ellery's opinion.
It's certainly not time wasting.
Did Shearer impede him there?
No, he hasn't impeded him. In all fairness,
he was close to him.
He's close to him. He's just bothering him, putting him off.
Yeah.
He's entitled to stand there, but you know, that, I'm sorry, but that is so typical of David Ellery.
Usually you see it the other way around. If a player's close to the goalkeeper like that, the keeper gets the free
kick.
Yeah,
exactly. That goalkeeper, you see Ascalon there, is in no way is he trying to deliberately gain any advantage. He wants to get rid of it, but people are running across him and getting in his way, and it's very harsh.
OK, here's the free kick. We better...
Well, exactly, and from this resulting free kick, you see a lot of bodies again in the wall. I've got a problem with that, always have had, but I mean, I just think that the goalkeeper can't see an awful lot, and when the ball gets touched by Solano, you'll see Southall run at it. He's the charger, he should be looking at it very strong, and the walls become a bit of a mess.
All turning their back. I've never seen so many players turn their back on the ball.
Bodies everywhere, and the goalkeeper is left stranded. He has absolutely no chance, but a key issue in this game.
Now, we featured Craig Bellamy on this show before, just recently. He was outstanding again. He's made a lot of difference to Newcastle.
He certainly has. He really catches my eye. The more I watch him, I'm very impressed with Craig Bellamy. There's an edge to his game that I like. I mean, Alan Smith has it at Leeds, and this guy has it as well. He's very dynamic. This was like 10 seconds into the game, and already he's on the end of a through ball, just overruns that one. But he's the perfect foil for Alan Shearer because of his work rate and his effort. Again, you see a cross in there. He's only a little fella, but he can jump and get on the end of things. I just think he's been a big difference for Newcastle. This typifies him for me, picking the ball up, running at people. And for defenders, it's wonderful to have someone like that in your team who can go from defence to attack in a number of seconds, and it's brilliant. He capped a fine display with a great goal. Solano, aware of Hughes running outside him. What a wonderful first-time cross that is. And there's Bellamy on the end of it. It was a great game, another super exciting game. Credit Newcastle because they continue to come from behind to win matches. But a bit harsh on Bolton.
Yeah, what about them, though? They're like a boxer who lose narrowly on points. They don't get knocked out, really, do they? They score goals, but they can't win a game at the moment.
No wins in 12 matches, Des. I mean, it's going to be hard for them from here on in. Performances don't matter now. It's just about scraping some points together and hopefully getting enough.
Yeah. OK, thanks. Right, wins for Manchester United and Newcastle meant that Arsenal couldn't afford to slip up against Southampton. Would he still be smiling at full time? Plus the goals and stories from 5 other games and plenty of class on show. For Arsenal, Matthew Upson replaced Martin Keown, injured in midweek. Otherwise, they were unchanged, with Sylvain Wiltord keeping his place. Chris Marsden returned for Southampton after suspension. Kevin Davis continued up front in the absence of James Beattie.
Bergkamp gets it back from Vieira. And now Wiltord has got in behind Southampton. And here's Pires! Arsenal's search for the perfect goal continues. Vieira to Henry. Chest pass to Pires. Return pass to Henry. Wiltord waits in the centre. Thierry Henry! Lovely combination between the two Frenchmen, Pires and Henry. And as soon as he gets in behind a defence, he has the pace to embarrass them and the skill. Wiltord. Suddenly emerging with the ball. And going on! Well, he's fast and he's direct, Sylvain Wiltord. And he ran at the heart of the Southampton defence and very nearly punctured them. Originally allowing the ball to bounce, but he's in control of the situation. Right quickly to Wiltord, who does everything quickly. Pires. On to Henry. Bergkamp is there, and so too is the keeper, but it's steered in by Wiltord. The breakthrough has taken the best part of 40 minutes, and Sylvain Wiltord has scored the goal. It's a new Premiership record for Arsenal. They have scored in each of their last 26 league games, a record run which began ironically at the Dell in May. They do entertain more often than they enrage. Marion Pahars. Oh, Marsden was in acres of space to his left and he delayed the pass, in the end ran into traffic, and here goes Henry at the other end. Thierry Henry! Just clipped the crossbar on its way into the North Bank. He is a cool customer, and it was a cool finish. This kick from right. Upson can't clear. Telfer down to Davis. Campbell standing his ground. Then Upson. And the two Arsenal centre-backs are becoming more and more prominent in their efforts, but here comes a break, led by Bergkamp, feeding Wiltord, into Henry! Good save by Jones. It was a very good chance for Henry, the clearest he's had in the game, but Jones managed to improvise with his legs. Frustrating for Southampton that they have three front-line forwards, Beattie, Delgado and Ormerod injured. That's what they could do with adding a little extra thrust, but Telfer almost providing it. Southampton have only ever won at Highbury on 2 occasions, ever. The last more than 14 years ago. Tesson cut down by Edu. Their total points haul from 10 visits since the start of the Premiership is just 2. Edu's foul producing Arsenal's first card of the day. Fernandes leaving it for Svensson. Got it into Tesson! Arsenal can't say it hasn't been coming. Southampton have equalised with a little over 10 minutes to play. Joe Tesson, the substitute, has got the goal. And it's not a goal that flatters Southampton's second-half efforts here. A very straightforward goal from a very straightforward free kick. Nobody jumping with Tesson at all. Edu. Henry. Oh, there was a chance for Wiltor. Well, he seemed determined to try to take it with his right foot.
I'm not very happy tonight because we dropped 2 points at home. But I think the spirit of the team was outstanding, and they gave really every drop of blood again today. But we were not fresh enough physically to dominate the game like we are used to here.
What was your version of the goal? Because I don't think Arsenal will be too happy about it.
Nah, we will be, and it's a free kick from the right-hand side, and it comes in the middle, and I see it coming in, and I'm basically free, so no, they won't be happy about it, but I am, so it doesn't really matter.
Were you surprised to be free?
Well, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be free there, but I think they were a bit surprised what we did before the goal, so before the free kick was taken, so I think that surprised them a bit.
Sure did. Why can't they clinch things at home, Arsenal, Terry?
I tell you, I think they're a little bit like Liverpool. Their front players, they play at home like away, on the breaks, and therefore it's hard for the midfield players to join them. Man United, for example, they get 3, 4, 5 people in the box on crosses, but they play a build-up, a build-up, a build-up. So as they're getting build-up, they can time their runs, they can join and get into the box. They flood into the area now, Man United, as they've got more and more confidence. They still leave those players up front a little bit isolated. Yeah. That's what I think.
Now, we've looked at free kicks quite a lot tonight, but Southampton's was an unusual one. Just have a look at it for us. Yeah.
Very clever. And he hints at it. As you can see here, they've got a ploy here. They've got two... you can see Sol Campbell's arm up, and that's the line they're going to take. I think that's too far back. But the two players at the front there, Southampton, 2 at the back, and they're going to run through the middle along with Pahars. Now, what Arsenal should be doing is to take that line right up to the 18-yard line in front. Yeah. In line with their 2-man wall. Now the Southampton players have got to go all the way back to the 18-yard line, and if they get an header from there, they've got to get a brilliant header. You see here, they drop off almost on the goalkeeper, they get static, get caught, and it's just a normal header just for 6 yards. They've got to take them right off them.
They've allowed it to run between Upson and Campbell. Look, you can see they're both static. They've not even jumped, those two, and Tessam's got in there. It is a well-worked set piece. It's a training ground routine. Bad defensive play.
They might not be able to repeat it, Southampton. The defenders will now know what to do. Just
well,
pull
they
out
will do. They're going well, Southampton.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks. Well, 3 more matches coming up now, starting with a cracking game at Filbert Street, where Chelsea were the visitors.
It's going to be Stephen Oakes with the corner. In towards the head of Scowcroft! A deserved lead for Leicester City. Scowcroft left alone. Savage. The piper to chase. Desai has the head start. Appeals for a penalty. Oh, Desai took the ball. Zola back to the feet of Lasso. Too high for Johnson, but Hasselbank's there. Chelsea level. It's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's 21st goal of the season. It's a deep one. And there's Scowcroft at the double to put Leicester in front for the 2nd time. Gianfranco Zola. Oh, his 250th Chelsea game, touched with the sort of magic we've come to expect. It's Davidson. Cudicini has it taken away from him by John Terry. And still not away. Davidson! Oh, Cudicini down well. Finally, Terry clears the scramble. Nice turn from Frank Lampard. Hasselbank might get it back from Johnson. This is Hasselbank! He's done it again. Chelsea might just have nicked it as we move into stoppage time at Filbert Street.
Ipswich were bottom of the Premiership at Christmas. Since then, they've won 6 of their last 7 games. Everton were in a 5-match unbeaten run. Something had to give, and it did. Sixto Peralta scoring his 5th goal for Ipswich after 11 minutes. 17 minutes later came Everton's equaliser. Kevin Campbell was fouled by Marshall. Steve Dunn signalled a penalty. David Unsworth converted. A month ago, Ipswich may have capitulated, but on the stroke of half-time, Matt Holland fired an unstoppable 20-yard shot past Simonson. The Tractor Boys are second only to Manchester United in the current Premiership form guide. Earlier in the season, Glenn Roeder must have had nightmares after West Ham's 7-1 humiliation at Ewood Park. He had to try and ensure that lightning didn't strike twice. Trevor Sinclair did his bit, confidently putting the Hammers ahead. Brad Friedel could only grasp at thin air. Rovers came very close. Damien Duff looked dangerous all afternoon. His cross flicked on by Janssen, and David James did enough to push the ball onto the post. West Ham secured the points 10 minutes after half-time. Di Canio, the provider, for Freddie Canute. 3 points to West Ham, but Paolo Di Canio signed off for a 3-match suspension.
Hello, hi, people. I would like to say that I will be the next president of England.
It's been difficult for you, hasn't it? With all the talk, will he go, will he stay? How hard's it been, Paolo?
No, it wasn't very difficult because I never asked to leave this club. You know, you are not under pressure if you are not desperate to leave. Even if a lot of people brought out that I was desperate to leave. This is absolutely a lie. They wanted to sell me. So I know I can answer to you, I don't know. Because I don't know. It's true that I don't know why. So one day I would like to know. I wanted to finish my career here. To decide to leave, of course, they have to come in my house with a gun, try to convince me to leave, but I don't think this has happened. I like play Upton Park away, I like play for my teammates, for my club. I don't think this has happened. We never know, never say never, because tomorrow maybe we're going to read the newspaper that the Reading is ready to buy me, so, or Watford or some other club, so we never know.
Sei un po' pazzarello. What do you make of him then? I mean, would you like to play with that? He's a one-off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a brilliant player. I think he'd have been an absolute sensation at Old Trafford, by the way.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do. And I'm sure, even though he's saying the right things, I bet he's heartbroken that he's not gone there.
It didn't go through, presumably, because of the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. And with Dwight York as well, not moving on to Middlesbrough, it's just blocked it. But he'll be disappointed, definitely.
Well, there's more of today's action to come, but now a chance to win yourself a nice prize by picking the best goal scored in January from the 8 that you're about to see.
Jilton. That's a lovely ball to pick out Marcus Bent with the keeper off his line. Fantastic finish from Marcus Bent.
Beatty's hit it. Oh, it's a beauty! What a way to start your year.
Bowyer just about got it. Fowler's in now! Oh, that is a first-class finish.
Gary Neville. Beckham, deft little header. The touch from Van Nistelrooy and back again from Scholes. This is Van Nistelrooy. It's 7 in 7 for the Dutchman.
For Gerrard. Oh, it's a wonderful first-time pass from Gerrard, and Rees is onto it and finishes splendidly.
Gascoigne again. Hit by Weir. Oh, it's a marvellous strike.
Pires. Bergkamp. Henry's let it go. Robert Pires! Fine goal!
Now Petit. This is good Johnson! What a start for Chelsea!
There are 8 goals to choose from, and you have a choice of 3 prizes. The telephone number is 090 65 86 8606, and the lines close midnight on the 7th of February. And for all the latest news on the Premiership, log on to our website, itv.com/football, sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Now, what's the phrase I'm looking for when I think of John Gregory? Oh, yes, something to do with frying pan and fire. Next, we'll see his old team and his new. Right, 2 games coming up, and we start with John Gregory's first match as the boss of Derby County. Gabriel Clark saw them entertain Tottenham Hotspur.
For John Gregory, happiness is being the boss at a club where you really feel wanted.
It's a great bloke. Come on, Derby!
Hopefully it'll bring some pride back to Pride Park.
Today's the day, come on!
14 cup finals to save their season. Gregory had ordered the PA to pump up the volume. He reshuffled his team into a simple 4-4-2, and Malcolm Christie quickly tested Neil Sullivan. New club, new image. Gregory was a cheerleading, track-suited manager again, and more alert than his goalkeeper. If Teddy Sheringham's curling shot had been as spot-on as his quick thinking, Tottenham would have been in front. Andy Oakes was a lucky boy. Derby's confidence wasn't brittle. A minute before half-time, Fabrizio Ravanelli's pass fell for Lee Morris, restored to the side by Gregory. Scruffy goal. That's what you call a Morris dance. What a time for the youngster to score his first ever Derby goal. It did cross the line. Just. Stan Collymore scored when Aston Villa beat Liverpool on Gregory's last debut. Not the start of a beautiful friendship, but today Stan watched a frantic second half. Morris almost got a second. 20 minutes from time, Ravanelli's full-length dive was a fraction late. Then the tension took hold. Derby had to dig in and play ugly survival football. They pulled it off somehow. After 5 defeats running, what a win. At least another 6 more required, but John Gregory's at home, already the boss in a way he never quite was at Villa Park.
You do anything you can to help your players, anything at all. I tell them how wonderful they are before they go out there. I try and make them feel 10 foot tall. And some of it's psychology, kidology, whatever it takes. The music coming out, the fans' reaction to everybody. And the great thing, as I said to you in the week, the great thing about this town is they've not turned their back on the team.
You've seen John, I think you've put the past to bed today. Do you expect Derby to stay up, in a word?
No. I hope they do. I sincerely hope they do, but I look at the table and I just can't see it. They've got some very tough games.
Job satisfaction again?
I'm happy today, aren't I?
Not quite so happy Villa chairman Doug Ellis. Unbeaten in 5 Premiership games, the travelling Villa support seemed more interested in berating Ellis than what was going on the pitch. That could have changed if Juan Pablo Angel hadn't shot wastefully wide early on. Peter Enkelman was in Villa's goal in place of Peter Schmeichel. He denied Barry Hales with a fine one-handed save. Hales should have secured the points for Fulham with the sort of chance he rarely misses. His lob just over the bar. It was just one of those days.
Now, one line from the morning papers. Aston Villa, they reckon they're going for Lothar Matthäus, the former German great player who's managing in Vienna at the moment. They reckon he'll be the new manager of Aston Villa. That's in the Sunday Express for tomorrow morning. By the way, if you missed anything tonight, all the action can be seen again tomorrow morning at 9:25. Now, Andy, it's your turn for the golden goal this week.
Yep, some fantastic goals today, Des. Trevor Sinclair, Van Nistelrooy, brilliant. But for me, I'm going to go for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's late winner at Leicester.